News every 15 minutes, weather every 10, and sports twice an hour.
Newstalk KGVO, AM 1290 and now 101.5 FM.
You're listening to Montana Morning with Peter Christian.
An Amber Alert issued for a missing Montana girl abducted in Canada. Good morning, everyone. It's Montana Morning. It's Tuesday, September 15th, 2015. Right now we have some light rain, been raining most of the night. Lots of mud puddles out there. We have 47 degrees and very wet in western Montana. Our newscast this morning sponsored by Dig It Excavating, where they bring 30 years of excavation excellence to every job. Call 214-4292. This morning's top story, the Department of Justice and Department of Criminal Investigation have both issued an Amber Alert on behalf of the Royal Canadian Mounted Police in Alberta, Canada. Corporal Sharon Franks told me more about the child and her description.
The girl's name is Haley, and her surname is a hyphenated name. It's Dunbar-Blanchette. Haley is 2 years old. She is a Caucasian female. She's a small build with light brown straight hair, and she has brown eyes. Frank
said the child was abducted at about 3:30 yesterday morning by an unknown person who was driving a white van at a high rate of speed.
There was a newer model white-colored van seen leaving the area at about 3:30 in the morning, and the white van is a newer model. We do not know the make of that. It's got a very large rear antenna from it with a flag on that antenna.
Anybody with information asked to call the RCMP in Alberta, Canada. Here's the number. It's 780-412-5260. That number, of course, also on our website. Franks said the child from Sweetgrass, Montana, was taken from a town about an hour and a half from the Montana border. You can see a photograph of the child on our website, newstalkkgvo.com. Another search, a search for a young Missoula mother who disappeared last week, came to a close on Sunday, according to Missoula Sheriff's Department Public Information Officer Brenda Bassett.
Friends reported 25-year-old Erin Miller missing from Missoula, and we found out yesterday, I got a text about midnight, that she had been found safe in Spokane. So we're just glad that she's doing okay. Right now the detectives are working on, they're working with Spokane PD and trying to get some of those answers.
There are still a lot of questions, but although Missoula detectives are in communication with Spokane authorities, there does not appear to be any criminal investigation.
I don't think we have an active investigation per se, but they're just trying to figure out, what were the context surrounding, her being gone. And because I know a lot of friends reached out and were worried, and come to find out she was just in Spokane.
Miller disappeared last Thursday, September 3rd. Some Bonner residents contacted 911 reporting a fire and an explosion at about 4:45 Monday morning. Missoula Rural Fire District Captain Blaine Cowan said the explosion most likely came from a house fire.
We were dispatched to a structure fire with potentially people trapped inside the home. It was located in a mobile home trailer park. En route, they had reported hearing an explosion. Law enforcement had arrived on scene and said that they thought a propane tank had exploded.
Cowan said it's not believed the propane tank started the fire, and at least one of the residents did suffer burns and had to be hospitalized.
There were 3 folks inside of the home at the time, that they all got out okay. They have since been transported to be evaluated at the hospital. One of the occupants sustained some burns, pretty minor burns. It sounds like they have a cat, but the room that the cat was in, that window was open, so we're hoping that the cat was able to get out.
Although crews were able to put the fire out, it completely destroyed the mobile home. Cowan estimates the damages to be about $60,000. The Blackfeet Tribal Business Council has voted to banish accused drug dealers from the reservation because they argue federal prosecutors aren't doing enough to pursue cases against them. Chairman Harry Barnes told the Flathead Beacon newspaper banishment has been used as a punishment on the reservation before, and the tribe will start using it again. He said, quote, known drug dealers, end quote, will be escorted to the reservation boundary and informed that if they come back, they will be arrested. Tribal courts can only prosecute misdemeanors. Any felonies on the reservation must be prosecuted by the U.S. Attorney's Office. The tribe says the federal government has left some cases uncharged. Barnes says banishment would not apply to suspected drug users, just dealers, quote, who are preying on our reservation and our people, end quote. Authorities say a woman allegedly living under a false name in southwestern Montana has been arrested on a warrant out of Oklahoma after fleeing the state with a 4-year-old daughter back in 2012. The Ravalli Republic newspaper reports 45-year-old Terry Renee Gordonier appeared in court last week. She has 8 pending felony warrants for her arrest, including bail jumping and writing false checks. Ravalli County authorities were responding to a suspicious person call, made contact with Gordonier, who had allegedly been using the name Lisa Denise Tracy on September 1st. She was arrested a week later following an investigation that uncovered her true identity. The woman's daughter, who is now 7, was taken from her father's home in Oklahoma. The terms of Gordonier's extradition are to be decided in the next 2 weeks. Just before Christmas of 2013, 7 individuals were caught in a sex sting operation conducted by several law enforcement agencies, including the Internet Crimes Against Children Task Force. Deputy Missoula County Attorney Jennifer Clark said one of those individuals was 56-year-old Neil Gray, and the sting was based on a Craigslist ad offering sex with an underage girl.
They stated that the person that they were looking to have somebody have sex with was 12 years old. Mr. Gray and others responded to the ad knowing that this person was 12 years old and then actually traveled to the house for the purpose of engaging in sexual conduct.
Clark said Gray was recently sentenced to the Montana State Prison.
Mr. Gray pled guilty to sexual abuse of children. He was sentenced on August 31st to 20 years at the Montana State Prison with 15 years suspended. Based on a psychosexual evaluation, Mr. Gray came back as a Tier 1 level offender, which is a low risk to reoffend.
Also charged in the case, Christopher Cooper, who was placed on probation, but then violated that order when it was discovered this April he had child pornography in his possession. Cooper is currently in the Missoula County Jail on $150,000 bail. His trial is set for December. Montana lawmakers are wondering how to track the effectiveness of nearly $20 million being injected into the state's mental health care system this year. The Children, Families, Health, and Human Services Interim Committee heard positive feedback yesterday on the funding package, but health care providers say they're not sure what data to collect to demonstrate whether new and expanded programs are being successful or not. Representative Ron Ely said the Department of Public Health and Human Services must come up with a way to quantify the care that patients receive at community-based psychiatric centers. Our News Talk time now is 6:12.
News Talk, KGVO.
Missoula's official weather station.
Mostly cloudy to cloudy skies today with areas of rain early. By the afternoon, we may still a few peaks of sunshine, but temperatures will be cool. Highs today only in the upper 50s. I'm meteorologist Brooke Foster for Missoula's KECI 13.